All right, what is up, y'all? Erling Holland here to announce I'm officially retiring from fake football, aka soccer, to become a full-time baseball streamer. Okay, I can't even keep that up. What's up, y'all? It's Jerry. We're back with another daily live stream on Underdog Fantasy, and I'm just having some fun today. We got our Erling Holland full-on uniform on. There's no one I get compared to more than him, and yeah, I just felt like it today. So we're doing that. We're having some fun, and yeah, let's get to it now and hop in a draft. So we're gonna hop in a big board if you want to join. Getting right to it. Oh shoot, empty lobby. Okay, this might take a minute to fill, but yeah, man. Dude, I get called Erling Holland more than anyone, and I ended up buying this uniform like in October. One, as like a Halloween costume, and two, because I live in Vancouver, if you didn't know, and the World Cup is coming here in the summer. And so what I plan on doing is going downtown and yeah, just trolling some people, fucking with them, having some fun on some like fake Clay Thompson type shit, or like you saw Shiloh Sanders do that, pretending to be Shadur Sanders. So yeah, that I'm looking forward to that. I want to make like a full video out of it too, where I get like a little microphone and stuff and just have fun, troll some people. Even though like I'm pretty sure he's Norwegian and Norway's not even playing here in Canada, but people won't know that. They're gullible. That they're gonna fall for it. It's gonna be fun. So I'm just having fun with these lookalikes. You know what I mean? Like after the one dude commented on my video the other day, like saying he doesn't know if it's the real Trevor Lawrence or not. That cracked me up, man. So yeah, we're here for some real football. Hope everyone's enjoying their Sunday afternoon. Sundays just aren't quite the same, without actual NFL football. But at least we have our drafts, So there's that. Also, if anyone's wondering, I had to put my camera on the other side of my desk today just because it's so nice and sunny outside. And yeah, there was a lot of a glare and it would be all dark otherwise. So won't have the kitties in the background, unfortunately, today, but we'll make it work. All right, quite a few names I recognize in here already. We got Brooklyn Bum. He's a regular. I feel like he's my nemesis now. Underzet, what's up? Sweet Leaf back again. This might be draft like 280 for him at this point. Dancing Janikowski. Seen him in a few of the streams as well. 1.8. I don't know what that means. Oh, you're at the 1.8. Fuck. Silly me, man. Okay, yeah. Nap God here in at the 108 too. Sweet. Nap Ball. All right, I'm gonna remember that name now. If anyone else is in here, let me know. We definitely have quite a few. Maybe like half the room now. Sipping on that coffee today in our other Lions mug. I keep looking over to my left, thinking my webcam's over there now, but it's on the other side today. Planning on doing a longer stream today. Gonna do at least 2 drafts. And what I noticed is Tyler and Off the Schneid are going live at 3 p.m. Pacific, so in about an hour. And they had a bet with Canada versus USA, gold medal hockey game. Whoa, what the fucking shit? Debbie Downers, hold on. Cam Scatabo at 1? What is going on here? Are you trying to be a Debbie Downer and like get this draft canceled or something? Because I don't know, man. That's not cool either. That is interesting. Okay. I don't think going Cam Scatabo at 1 would get this canceled though. JSN at 7. Hey, that we get JSN at 7 because of that. Cool. I'm happy. So we'll have to watch what Debbie Downer here is doing. Hopefully he's not just a complete Debbie Downer trying to ruin this shit. Hopefully he's just not very smart. Respectfully. Yeah. Don't just be getting in drafts trying to get him canceled. That's lame. And you'll just end up getting banned from the site anyways. But like I was saying, Tyler and Off the Schneid are getting into a bigger board at 3 p.m. Pacific in about an hour. So if it all lines up, I think I might try and hop in that draft too. And yeah, get in on that and just have some fun. I've already done 3 bigger boards because Underdog had a lot of like free deposit matches in the like last few weeks, and I just took advantage of that. So I had a bunch of just free money that was going to expire. So hopped in some bigger boards, and yeah, maybe I'll go over those later today too. I have gone over them on my channel before, but more people are watching now, so maybe I can check in on those later too. Now, okay, we're going to get a very unique combination that I definitely don't have, but JSN and Omarion Hampton, I like it. Whoa, what the hell, man? Christian McCaffrey at 16? Holy. I didn't even notice that. What is this draft room? Holy schmolies, dude. Okay. Got some very interesting drafters in here. Wow. Okay. Christian McCaffrey, not my favorite pick this year. Someone who I've only drafted like once or twice when he's fallen, and I've gotten unique combinations. But dude, at 16, hell yeah, man. I'll take that. Take the chance on that for sure. All right, Debbie Downer's back on the clock. Let's see what he's going to do. Or she. I shouldn't assume. What are you up to, Debbie? Please don't just ruin the draft. Who are you going to take? Oh, come on. No, man. Don't be doing this. Don't. Yo, you are living up to your name, man. Debbie Downer is just a troll. Getting Cam Scatterbo, Theo Johnson. Like, if you're in here, man, you suck. And get a life. Jackson Dart, is that what's next? Who are you taking? AJ Barner. Oh my God, dude. See, the thing is, I don't want to just leave this draft because if this doesn't get canceled, then I don't want to just waste a team. But man, that sucks. There were a couple drafts that I was in earlier this offseason that I definitely thought would get canceled. And I think one of them did, but there's a couple that are still active. So don't want to just leave completely yet. But man, that sucks. You are a Debbie Downer, man. You suck. Okay. I think I want to go a running back here. Bucky Irving, Brees Hall. I'm gonna go with Brees Hall. Because just depending on his landing spot in free agency, he can go way up draft boards. If he goes back to the Jets, then I don't think this is a great value. But I like him more than Bucky Irving for the upside. I think Brees Hall has a much better chance of finishing as RB1 than Bucky Irving does. So we'll take that. Man, I hope this doesn't get canceled. Debbie Downer, you suck. I'm just assuming that this is like what you're spending your time doing because your name is literally Debbie Downer. So get a life. You make me want to go back to soccer, play fake football again. I don't think it's too late. Josh Allen in the 4th. Interesting. Don't see Josh Allen fall here too much. Definitely helps. You got stupid people like that. But very interesting team for Dancy Janikowski. H.N. not my favorite player, but very good values. Okay, and we're going to get Lad McConkey as well. This is a no-brainer pick, especially when we have Omarion Hampton in a very, very unique team. So, yeah, hopefully this stays. And for this reason, man, that's why I can't just like end the draft and quit and join another one. which is it's unfortunate. Garrett Wilson falling quite a bit as well. Could have got him for some potential Jets correlation, but man, I'd much rather have some Chargers correlation than Jets correlation. Very, very easily. Yeah, Grant here at 5 with Jamar Chase, Saquon Barkley, Chris Olave, Garrett Wilson. Very nice start. All right, loser Debbie Downers. What are you doing to make us down our Debbies today? Just go on auto from now on, please. You're like wasting our time too, because you probably just have a bunch of players start up. So you're not gonna go on auto draft. Okay, maybe. Colson Loveland. Just taking a bunch of tight ends. We'll see. Because here's the thing, if this person just drafts like top of ADP the rest of the draft, then this probably isn't getting canceled. Which I don't know, could be good, could be bad. I'd rather people just draft normally. And Jackson Dart. So we'll see. We'll see what happens with this one. Can't just quit it though. Gonna draft like this is gonna stand. Lamar Jackson goes. We do have to keep this in mind though, because I mean Theo Johnson and AJ Barner are tight ends that I quite like late and try and get. So we have to remember that these guys are already taken. And consider that with some of our other picks when they come up. Okay. Sweetleaf. What's up, Sweetleaf? He goes with Luther Burden. That's who I would have taken. Not someone I've drafted a lot, but if he fell to me there, I would have taken him. Now, I don't like the running back values here, so we're going to go with a receiver, one of the rookies. I really like the Lemon, but Carnell Tate seems like he's going to go first off the board at wide receiver, and I have a lot more Mekhi Lemon than I do Carnell Tate. So I'm going to get him, mix it up a little bit. I do like the Lemon, though. Nap Ball knows what's up here at the 108. Or sorry, Nap God. Nap God, Nap Ball, whatever you prefer. The Napster. I like Mekhi Lemon a lot. He is top 3 most drafted wide receiver for me right now. I have like 34, 35% of him. I like the Lemon. I like getting sour. You know what I mean? And both these guys I like quite a bit more than Jordan Tyson. Tyson, I've heard, is a very great athlete, makes spectacular catches, uber talented. However, injuries, has been injured each season in college football, and probably going to go later in the actual NFL draft because of that. And where I expect these guys to rise in ADP, Jordan Tyson is probably going to slip a little bit. And Dancing Janikowski, interesting, goes with Josh Allen and Jaden Daniels, the double elite quarterback. Very interesting. Got some more receiver values falling to us as well, which I'm just going to take. Rome Odunze, Christian Watson. I checked. I actually don't have a lot of Rome Odunze. Someone who I want to get a little more. Hey, off the schneid. What's up, buddy? Fellow Canadian, welcome. We definitely got to link up sometime, man. Do a stream together. Get this Canadian bond going, you know? I mentioned earlier in the stream, I see you and Tyler are going live in about 45 minutes to do a bigger board. Man, I'm going to try and hop in that. I'm going to try and hop in that draft room. I've already done 3, but why not? I think it would be fun. Come in, ruin the party, you know? Steal your money. Respectfully. And man, I didn't even wake up to watch that game. I slept in today, but a lot of unhappy Canadians today. Heard the game went to overtime, which is a bummer. Losing in overtime, that hurts, man. But yeah, just one more things for Americans to rub in our face, you know. I'm sure Tyler's gonna let you hear it later today for sure. All right. Hopefully Debbie Downers doesn't keep up this shenanigans, man. Just be normal. Like, my team is insane, and I would like to keep it. Okay, another normal pick, Matthew Stafford. We have to keep this in mind. Tight ends and quarterbacks are going quickly. Definitely got to keep that in mind. Definitely need to link up. Should be a fun draft episode. We'll be arguing about a different sport, so a good chance to collect that EV. Hey, I'll take it. I'll try and hop in there for sure. Try and hop in. I'm going to do another draft after this, and then we'll hop in that one too. I'll pull up your draft on my phone so I can see when you guys are getting in it too. And yeah, hit me up, man. Hit me up on Twitter at Jiri Football. Same handle. Would love to figure something out sometime. That'd be fun. Oh my gosh. Insane value on Joe Burrow here with Jamar Chase. Well done, Grant. He had the balls to let that just push that more. And man, big respect to you not taking him in round 6 and pushing him all the way to round 7. Wow, this guy took Brock Purdy too. What a loser. But yo, mad respect, Grant. That is a really, really nice team you got going on there. Especially Joe Burrow at pick 77. Mad props to you. We got Sweetleaf, who stacked up Caleb Williams and Luther Burden. I had a no-brainer pick, Justin Herbert, when I have Hampton and Ladd McConkey. So that feels really good right there. Rome Odunze falling to 66 as well. Not someone I've drafted a lot this year. I really liked Rome Odunze last year. I think I had around like 20%. When he was going at the 5-6 turn, I was just clicking him all the time. I thought he was a great value. And the first half of the season, he absolutely smashed. Looked like a top 5 wide receiver in the league and got a ton of touchdowns, but got injured and never really bounced back from there. Going into his 3rd year, though, could definitely, similar to Marvin Harrison, see a year 3 breakout and hopefully live up to his potential. There is a lot more target competition in Chicago, especially with Colson Loveland emerging and Luther Burden emerging. But I do expect DJ Moore to not be on the team next year. So that could be a little bullish. Wow, we are getting thin out here. I don't love the value of Quentin Johnston, even though we do have the Chargers thing going on. You know what? I'm going to go with a tight end. I'm going to switch it up, and I'm going to go with Kyle Pitts. I'm going with a tight end because we see a lot of the late ones have already gotten taken by this Debbie Downer here. I have a lot of Laporta. I have like 29% Sam Laporta. So clearly Lions bias showing up. But let's switch it up. Get Kyle Pitts. I think most likely Kyle Pitts goes back to the Falcons, but he can find himself in a very favorable landing spot. He's still so young. He's like 25 or something like that, which is insane considering he's been in the league for like 5 years. But I'm pretty sure he was 20 when he got drafted. And our boy Brooklyn Bum here gets Sam Laporta. Very nice team by Brooklyn Bum. I like that. Starts with 3 strong running backs. His testosterone is off the charts with Gibbs, Henry, and Jacobs. Like he's eaten 8 steaks a day with this start. Terry McLaurin, nice wide receiver 1, who is a legitimate wide receiver 1 on his team. Lamar Jackson in the 5th, just very nice. Okay, dude, this guy is such a loser. Going Jacoby Brissett too. What a downer. What a loser. Sorry to say, I just got to call it out how it is. Anyways, back to Brooklyn Bum. DK Metcalf at pick 70, great value, and Shadur Sanders. What a fucking loser. Parker Washington, I think actually might be my highest drafted receiver. I think I have like 35% Parker Washington. He just feels like the best wide receiver in this range and someone who can be an absolute star in the league. Sam Laporta stacked up with Jahmyr Gibbs and Jared Goff. Very nice team by Brooklyn Bum. He's learning instead of drafting Tyreek Hill. I just like to troll, man. It's all love. Okay. One pick away. Pretty flexible on what we can draft here. Jordan Love goes, man. Uh, I'm just gonna have to take a quarterback. Just the way this draft is going, I just need to because so many of the late guys have already gotten taken, and we can backstack Bo Nix. I would have really liked to get DJ Moore though, but yeah, dude, Laverne, I'm with you, man. It probably is getting canceled. However, sometimes you don't know because I did a few drafts. I did a few drafts earlier this offseason, and I actually think I labeled them like this one's definitely getting canceled, and they haven't gotten canceled yet. I have one that has gotten canceled already, but hopefully it doesn't. The ADP values aren't too ridiculous. Although, man, like part of me kind of just wishes that this would get canceled because I don't like that. I'd rather just draft with people trying to all create good teams and face some real competition than literally Debbie Downers just doing this to ruin people's day and waste their time. I just don't feel like I can not draft it just in case it doesn't. Lever or Nucky, not Laverne. Okay. Sorry, dude. I'm pretty sure I'm just dyslexic, so I don't read things that well. Lever or Nucky. Okay. Okay. I got you. I got you, Lever. Good morning. Good morning. Appreciate you. Thank you for joining. I love Joe and we'll take him naked. Yeah, dude. Joe's great naked. Pause. Someone you could definitely still draft though, especially in this range. Like if Joe Burrow goes round 7, like he's just an elite talent. And in these 20 round drafts, when you can get 3 quarterbacks, I don't think that's bad. Lever Nucky. Okay, I'm gonna go with a running back here. Get Demo. We love Demo. You sure it's not Laverne Nucky? Hey, dude, you never know. I could be onto something, you know? throw a capital N in there, and then it might be a little easier to tell. You know, get a little separation. Names are not really my strong suit. Appreciate you having a good sense of humor. If I ever do pronounce someone's name wrong, like feel free to correct me. I would appreciate it. I definitely don't want to disrespect anyone and their name. All right, let's see what this loser does. This loser, you finally going to go with a receiver? I don't think you can actually draft more than 5 quarterbacks. So it's probably tapped out there. Yeah, this is so unfortunate. That's probably getting canceled. Let's see. What are you doing? I also hate that you're just wasting our time too. Taking everything down to the last second. That just sucks. But I'm honestly going to stop acknowledging this person because if they're watching the stream, then this is just what they want. So from now on, I'm going to ignore the Debbie Downer. All right. This team is so sick, though, that I have Justin Herbert, Bo Nix. We can backstack Bo Nix. Omarion Hampton, Brees Hall, David Montgomery, JSN, Lad McConkey, Carnell Tate, Romo Dunze, and Kyle Pitts as their tight end. Feels nice. Could consider Sam Darnold as a third quarterback and just drain the room of quarterback, but I don't feel like we need to force that either. Can leave him for someone else. We'll see what comes to us. Brooklyn Bum just took Emmett Johnson. Nice pick there as well. Unfortunately, man, Brooklyn Bum, this might be one of the best teams you've drafted, and unfortunately, it's probably getting canceled. Okay, we're going to go ahead and take Denzel Boston, 20 picks past ADP. That's just a no-brainer pick right there. Not someone who I've drafted a ton of, but hey, 20 picks past ADP, without a doubt. Without a doubt, we're taking that. Congrats on the silver medal, Schneid. Yeah, man. I mean, ah, that hurts. I don't even watch hockey. I'm a fellow Canadian as well, but you know, Canadian pride, gold always would have felt good. So yeah, at least we were on the podium. You know, damn right, D bag. Or I almost called you D bag. Damn right, sweet leaf. You say it how it is. Welcome to be my draft neighbor today. Glad some of these other guys are still getting their quarterbacks. We have Gerard here going with Trevor Lawrence, Tyler Shuck, and Sam Darnold. Interesting. Interesting. I'm definitely going to be stopping just at Justin Herbert and Bo Nix. Don't need a third with these guys. And let's see. I mean, shoot, man. There's some good players still available. He takes Casey Concepcion. So, hey, I don't have a lot of Khalil Shakir, but you're going to give him to me 23 picks past ADP. I'm just going to take him. Get a unique team. Just going to do that every time. Still some good draft practice here. I like on DK, you can see who's in the room before it fills. So if you want to get out of a room, interesting. That's not bad. Yeah. That is a good little thing that you can do. The thing with DraftKings though, like I just don't like the colors and the way it looks. Like Underdog has that down really well. Just the way things look and the aesthetics of the draft room, of the app, and how smooth it is just feels so much better. Like the color coordination, how it's split up, everything just feels so much better. But I usually do like a couple drafts on DK. Not too many though. Poppin' Woodies, yes, sir. The GOAT, our GOAT, Woody Marks. My exposure slowly going down. I got like 48% now. But hey, you see what I mean? Like in this range, man, doesn't he just feel like a good click compared to other guys that are going around him? Like he's going next to guys like Kenneth Gainwell. I do like Tyron Tracy. JCM could be great or could just be like a one-hit wonder. Time will tell. But we're popping Woodies. And you like DK a lot better. I'm not surprised because I see you don't have a badge here. So I'm sure you do draft a lot on DraftKings. And yeah, I hear that you get a lot softer rooms. I hear that you get a lot softer rooms on DK as well, which can be good, can be bad because you can get some super teams, but then you're also going to be going against a lot of other super teams. And I think the rake is a lot worse on DraftKings. I think you're paying more tax as well. So you wouldn't be tempted, dude. I'm always tempted by the Woody. I'm always tempted, but honestly, I was hoping for Denzel Boston right there, just because like the ADP value. I'm always gonna go for the ADP values and get unique teams. Underdog is the GOAT for like 15 different reasons. The team is amazing. Appreciate it, man. Lever or Nucky. Definitely not Laverne. Yeah, this team is looking really good, and our ADP value is great. So, shoot, I hope it doesn't get canceled, but we will see. Now, we definitely need some running back help too. I'm pretty tempted to take Rashid Shaheed here. Oh shoot, Juwan Johnson was a really great pick there. Totally forgot that tight ends are going to be a little thin later in the draft, but I don't know. Do I take my first share of James Conner? No, I'm gonna go Rashid Shaheed. I just like Rashid Shaheed too much. We're gonna let it auto for us. And I'm just gonna get really strong at receiver in this team. And on this one, man, I honestly might just stop at 7. In a 20-round draft, stopping at 7 receivers is probably not the best strategy, but I think in this draft specifically might be good, and then we could just get a bunch of running backs, get, like, 4 tight ends late if we want to, but I'm probably gonna get an 8th receiver just because it is 20 rounds, but we'll see. Also, Nap God here, taking Travis Kelce, that's a good pick, especially I think you got Mahomes, right? Yeah, you did. You got Mahomes, so I was considering taking Kelce, who I don't have a lot of, but because this loser has drafted 5 tight ends, that, that's a great pick. Great value right there too. Probably not gonna matter anyways. That draft has not been canceled either. Yeah, sometimes the player in the one hole did the same thing in one of my drafts, and that draft hasn't been canceled. Yeah, like when the ADP is still close enough, drafting poor structure alone isn't going to get it canceled. So he's not taking guys like Odell Beckham who are just not even playing anymore or something in round 1. So you never know, but yeah, I don't understand why I have no badge. I don't do any contests. Maybe why. Yeah, 500 draft for a black badge and 1,000 for a red badge. I believe I'm way over 500 drafts. That would not surprise me with what you told us at all. You know what? Maybe Rashid Shaheed was a bad pick because receivers here. Actually, you know what? No, it's a fine pick. I forgot that we still have Bo Nix though. We still have Bo Nix, so maybe we could have waited and got Pat Bryant instead. Let's see, but who knows? If Pat Bryant comes back to us, I would just take him just to get some sort of stack. And yeah, I reached up for Isaiah Likely just because we need a tight end. And I think Isaiah Likely, even at pick 162, is a good value. If he's very capable of just being a tight end 1 for a team, and I can definitely see him taking a step up. Like, he was injured pretty much all of last year, still had some spike weeks, and very talented guy, very athletic. Feels good. Oh, Brooklyn bum. Had to do it to me. Had to take Pat Bryant. Not someone I've drafted a lot, but when we have Bo Nix, that's someone I would mix in just for the stack and correlation. And Dancing Janikowski took Troy Franklin already too, so we miss out there. But there's still some Broncos available. Again, don't feel like I need to absolutely force a stack. Bo Nix does run a little bit, and I don't think his injury is really going to affect him this year all that much. So that feels fine. Okay. Now, Triple O goes with his third quarterback in Michael Penix. Shimmery DK off the board. Braylon Allen. Not someone I've drafted a lot. I think I got my first share of Braylon Allen like 20 picks past ADP. I drafted him quite a lot last year when he was going around like pick 170, 180, and then just stopped completely when he ended up going way up. Going to take Kamani Vidal here. I don't mind having Hampton and Vidal, and we just need more running backs. So we'll do that. We'll do that. Okay. David Njoku in this draft specifically at 178 feels good. Be really interesting to see where these free agent tight ends go because there's a lot of free agent tight ends going on this year. Omar Cooper, someone who I would have considered coming back to me, but we also just don't need another receiver really right now. Jerry Judy. I saw you got him yesterday. Yeah, I did take a share of Jerry Jeudy yesterday. Like, why not? Why not? Got some nice correlation there, you know? Travis Hunter might be his most egregious pick. Very well might be. Um, yeah, I don't know what Travis Hunter's gonna do this year. Like, sounds like they're gonna play more on defense, especially with the emergence of Parker Washington. That definitely makes sense. But yeah, we'll see. I feel like he's still gonna get mixed in on offense no matter what. He's just talented. He can make plays like with the ball in his hands. He's just good, man. And we need more running back help for sure on this team. Could take Katrin Allen, who I don't have a lot of, but well past his ADP. Why not? I like to get guys when they go past ADP. You immediately get unique. Like the fact that we got Denzel Boston and Khalil Shakir both over 20 picks past their ADP feels really nice. Just an easy way to get unique. Travis Hunter might be his most egregious pick. That is funny. Okay. Let's see what's going on. Brian Robinson is someone I was hoping would come back to me next. Just a solid player who is probably going to fall in the end zone wherever he goes. Underzet with Trey Tucker, one of my favorite late round picks as well. Quite easily. I think he's a great value. Like just someone who can drop 40 points. And we're getting that in round 16. That feels really nice. Okay. Mhm. Sorry for the dead air a little bit. Just trying to think about what's going on. See what's next. We need tight end. We need running back. We can draft one more receiver, but if I just have 7, that feels totally fine for me. And he goes ahead and takes Marvin Mims, which definitely makes me think this dude's watching. Because, yeah, that would have been some correlation with Bo Nix. But hey, you're not bringing our mood down. Okay, Sweet Leaf. Don't take the one guy I want. Thank you for not taking the one guy I want. I'll go ahead and take Tank Bigsby. Pretty easily there. We need another running back. Feels good. And yeah, I don't want to queue anyone up right now that I'm looking at. Just so no one else can take those picks from me. But I got some guys in mind. Got some guys in mind that I'm going to want to mix in. 3 more picks. We're going to be done at quarterback. Yeah, I probably will finish with 1 running back, 1 receiver, and 1 tight end. If I had to guess. We could get 4 tight ends, but when we have Kyle Pitts, I don't feel like that's necessary. I feel like that's a little overkill, and I'd rather get an 8th wide receiver. We'll see who's there. Mike Washington gets taken. Notice I passed on Trey Tucker. Yeah, Sweet Leaf's not allowed to take Trey Tucker anymore. If you didn't know, his own rules. Not allowed to take Trey Tucker. I like Bigsby. Went for correlation, and Jacob's due to be out at some time. Yeah, I don't blame you. I don't blame you. Tank seems like a guy who's going to get 40 touches somewhere. Could very well could. Is he a free agent? I didn't even know that. I kind of just assumed he was um back on Philly. But hey, if he's a free agent, then I'm gonna be taking even more Tank Bixby. I really should just get an in-depth list of these free agents because that's some very valuable information. Um, I like Alec Almanor and past ADP is nice, but I'm gonna go with the guy I'm trying to get in every draft right now, Malachi Fields. Could go in the first round or early second round, and big body receiver. Like he's been talked about as a similar prospect to Denzel Boston, who is going twice as high in these drafts. So mixing him in this range when he could very easily jump to like the 150s or even like the 120s, I'm gonna get him now. Get my shares now. And then if slash when he rises, then I'll cool off. He's an unrestricted free agent and his cap hit's only 1.5 mil this year, so probably still an Eagle. Yeah, I could definitely see him still being an Eagle. He was traded for very late though. And the thing with guys that are getting traded for late or in the middle of the season is that it's hard to jump on a moving train. Like being in training camp is important. Knowing the playbook, building chemistry with the guys. So another year on the team could very well take a step up. Get more involved too. Plus, like in the games where Philly was blowing teams out and Tank Bigsby got a little more work, shoot, he was breaking some longer runs and making some people miss. So that feels pretty good, especially in round 17. Not someone I've drafted too much of yet, but I definitely want more Tank Bigsby. And at pick 199, that feels really great. Two more picks. So we need running back, we need tight end. Still some guys here who I quite like. Underzet already has 7. Sweetleaf already has 7. Very strong running back room for Sweetleaf. High testosterone. I would have taken Kate Otten if he was there. I think that's a good pick. And hey, Underzet, that's a great strategy. You have Brock Bowers. So waiting to get Kate Otten down here feels really nice. I'm going to go ahead and take Brashard Smith. Brashard Smith is someone who I've drafted quite a lot of in like round 19, round 20. I just think I think that's a really good value. And no matter what, even if like the Chiefs draft Jeremiah Love, I think that's a strong pick. Now, sorry guys, I did hop in another draft. I did like 10 minutes ago just because I didn't want to take a risk that Debbie Downer was going to be in this one. And I want to get at least one draft where we know it's not going to get canceled. So sorry that I didn't let you guys get in this one, but I hopped in it. And you know what? Let's go with another share of JSN. Why not? Why not? I don't think anyone's going to blame me for getting in another draft off stream. I joined on my phone, but I want to get in at least one draft that won't get canceled. So that's why we did that. And we're going to get a tight end with our last pick. These guys all have 3, so I don't think they're going to get taken. I personally think Chigo Okonkwo is a better pick than Evan Ingram, but Evan Ingram, he's still under contract in Denver. And so I think he's worth mixing in. I could definitely see him being a cap casualty as well. Although I wonder if Russell Wilson is officially off their books now, or if he has one more year where he's still getting paid as their highest player, even though he's been on like 3 different teams since then, which is hilarious. But we're going to go ahead and take Evan Ingram as our last player, get our 3rd tight end. And man, I hope this team stays because this is a very strong team with Justin Herbert, Bo Nix as our quarterbacks, Omarion Hampton, Breece Hall, David Montgomery, Kamani Vidal, Katrin Allen, Tank Bigsby, Brashard Smith as our running backs, JSN, Lad McConkey, Carnell Tate, Romo Dunze, Denzel Boston, Khalil Shakir, Rashid Shaheed, and Malachi Fields. Very strong receivers with Kyle Pitts, Isaiah Likely, and Evan Ingram. So that is a very strong team if it stands. And we're going to be in our second draft now. I would still like to join that bigger board that Off the Schneid and Tyler are going to do after. And I know Tyler likes to play his game before they get going. So it's 2:45 Pacific right now. They're starting at 3, but they might jump in around 3:15. So I'll try and drop in that if I want to or if I'm able to. Smart strategy. Yeah, I didn't want to do it, but I feel like I had to on this one. Just felt a little necessary this time. And I'm going to take Chase Brown on this team. I know a lot of people are passing on these elite tight ends like Brock Bowers right now, but man, I looked at my exposures. I actually have like 13% Brock Bowers right now, which is more than I thought. And I only have like 1% Trey McBride. I have him on 2 or 3 teams just for like to get a little different and when he fell a lot. But where Brock Bowers is going, I think there's a tier break between these upper guys and someone who just can get 40 points in a week. I really like the values of tight ends later in this draft, but Brock Bowers can just be a league winner. He can just win your week. And I think he's worth getting some shares of, even if it might not be the best strategy overall. Okay. Now, do we want another running back to play it safe, or do we want a receiver? I think I feel like mixing in a receiver on this team. I'm going to go ahead and get T. Higgins, actually. Get some Chase Brown and T. Higgins correlation. Now, in this draft, I feel like I can talk very freely because I'm not sure if anyone watching the stream is in this draft. So one reason I went T. Higgins is because I have Chase Brown and we know Myers. I think I've seen the name Myers before, so maybe he's in here. But he has Jamar Chase, who's on the other side of us. So I'm gonna expect to get Joe Burrow here at pick 68. That's gonna be the plan. To get a little unique, because not everyone's pulling up T. Higgins to get with Chase Brown. So I like that. I like that strategy. Is Debbie limit testing what will and won't get tossed? He definitely could be, which would suck, but yeah. Do you think they toss drafts based on CLV, DC, projected points? I imagine a 5 QB team projects well. I don't think it's projected points at all. I think they look a little more in depth. They probably have like some AI system that flags anything suspicious or stands out, and then have like a real person go in and check it and probably look at their other draft history as well. But the guy took Cam Scatabo with his first pick, and that's only like 4 rounds above, which isn't too insane. And none of his ADPs that he took were too egregious, other than like Theo Johnson and AJ Barn around 2 and 3, which is like way above. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Got you. Welcome, Best Ball and Call. Welcome. Explain the snipe. Which snipe? What snipe are you talking about? Napkin Math has his CLV at minus 400. Oh my God. Oh, the Burrow snipe? Yeah, like someone can always just snipe Burrow if they're listening. He's good. And Myers here, like I wouldn't be surprised if he took him at 52. But yeah, I plan on getting him at 68. That is the plan on this one. Because I think that's great value. And we have T. Higgins, we have Chase Brown. So none of these guys here have Any Bengals? Oh my god. Oh yeah, not hesitating. You give me JMO past ADP? Fuck yeah. We love that. We need to take a celebratory sip of coffee for that one. Shout out Lions. Shout out Lions. JMO at pick 44. That's the latest I've gotten him. Okay, I really like this team. Man, I might have to start joining some drafts off stream again before you guys get in because this room is definitely weaker. This room is definitely weaker. Hey, Napgod, are you also a fellow Lions fan? Let's go, man. One Pride runs deep here. I feel like there's so many Lions fans, not just that are watching me, but like in the best ball community in general. Like we're some loyal fans, man. Hell yeah. Go Lions. Go Lions. And we're global too, man. Lions fans aren't just Michigan. Like we're global. I'm Canadian. I heard Bindles, a fellow Canadian, is also a Lions fan. So yeah, man, we're running deep. One Pride. Hell yeah. Okay, so taking a look here, structurally, a running back might be our best move, and RJ Harvey might be the pick. Past ADP, I think that's just a better decision, but I don't want him. Like I want Makai Lemon so much more, but structurally, I'm just gonna take RJ Harvey here. Not my favorite, but I would have much preferred the Lemon. I just think structurally we need a running back because we have 3 very strong receivers. We're gonna queue up Joe Burrow for our next pick, and then yeah, we'll see what comes to us. But there's so much wide receiver value late in these drafts, so just mix them in. A lot of Lions, a lot of Bills. Yeah, it definitely seems like it. Some loyal fan bases right there for sure. I don't know. I hope you can get in there. I hope so too. I hope so too. Can't get him. Yeah, that's the plan. 10 picks from now. Someone would have to go out of their way to really want Burrow. But man, this is a draft with 223,000 teams in it and 558 in the finals alone. So you got to push it. We got to try and get a little lucky. Hope luck is on our side. And even when I get Jamar Chase, I'm not really drafting Joe Burrow in round 5 here. Every time I'm going to hope that he falls to round 6 for me. And I don't remember who it was in our last draft, but someone got Joe Burrow here in the 7th round. They pushed it even more, and that was very well done by them. Need some balls to do that for sure. Yeah, shout out Lions, man. Oh, interesting. So this guy here, this is an interesting way to get unique. I think Zay Flowers and Devonta Smith are in a different tier compared to guys like Garrett Wilson, JMO, Ladd, but pulling them both up to get them both on your team, interesting strategy, and then getting Jalen Hurts too. So I was considering drafting AJ Brown instead of T. Higgins, so Jalen Hurts would fall to me, but I'm definitely happy I didn't now because this guy here took Devonta Smith and reached up for Jalen Hurts, which I don't hate. Interesting strategy. Good way to get unique. Here's a strategy that I do hate. This guy goes CeeDee Lamb, Trey McBride, and then 4 straight running backs. That feels awful. One receiver through 6 rounds does not feel good whatsoever. So please just don't take the guy at the top of ADP. Let him come to us. Come on now. Don't be a dick. Don't be a dick, Sonic. Thank you. Let's go. Okay. I'm happy now. This is a very nice team. Joe Burrow stacked with Chase Brown and T. Higgins. Chase Brown and RJ Harvey as our running backs. JSN, T. Higgins, Jameson Williams as our 3 wide receivers. This feels phenomenal right now. RJ Harvey, not my favorite pick, but hey, he can still get some spike weeks. If things break right for him, he can spike into our lineup. And structurally, our running back just felt good there. Now, with our next pick, I'm going to be hoping to get Ricky Pearsall pretty easily, or Tyler Warren. If Tyler Warren falls to me, I would 100% get him. And if he goes past this pick, all three of these guys have a tight end. So we very well could get Tyler Warren if the guy at the turn doesn't take him. Okay, he takes Ricky Pearsall. So please don't take Tyler Warren. Okay, if we get Tyler Warren at pick 77, I am hyped. And I am very excited for this team. Come on now. 2 more picks. Let's get our guy. 1 more pick. You have Brock Bowers. You definitely don't need Tyler Warren. Oh, you dickhead. You had to do it to us. I don't blame you. That was great value. But 2 tight ends there does feel a little expensive. I'm going to go ahead and get the wide receiver here. I don't have a ton of Alec Pierce. But if he goes to the right situation, this could be very nice. I would have considered Tucker Kraft, open up another quarterback for us, but Kyle Pitts and Sam Laporta are probably going to be available in the next round, at least one of them. So I want to catch back up at receiver a little bit. I don't want to get too far behind. It is important to get the wide receivers that can just spike into your lineup and win your week, which is something Alec Pierce can do. Nice Burrow ADP. Damn, 51 on DK. I feel like I haven't drafted on DK yet this year, but I feel like on DK, the quarterbacks just typically go higher because all of those drafts are 20 rounds as well. And people usually like to pull up quarterbacks for these 20-round drafts and try and get 3 of them. But yeah, getting Joe Burrow in the 6th round feels phenomenal. Like people were falling over themselves trying to get Joe Burrow to come back to them in the 6th last year. And yeah, like recency bias, he was hurt last year. So people think, oh no, Joe Burrow, questionable pick. Maybe he's not that great. But dude balled out when he came back and is just so talented. You have to think they improve their offensive line too, right? Like, I feel like they just have to. Okay, here's the thing. I really want to join that $100 draft with Off the Schneid and Tyler PPR Tyler. But I also don't want to multi-table it with this team because this team's really nice and has a lot of potential. And I also don't want to multi-table $100 draft either. But we'll see. If it takes a minute to fill or something and we're like round 15 in this draft, then I'll definitely be hopping in that one as well. It would be fun to get in there. Okay. I'm going to be taking a tight end with our next pick if one is available. Hopefully Sam Laporta falls to us. That would feel nice. If not, I'm probably going with a receiver. All right, Sonic, you gave us Burrow. Okay, he has St. Brown, so I wouldn't be surprised if he took Sam Laporta as well to get some Lions correlation. But please leave him for us. That would make me happy. Oh, thank you. Sam Laporta, you already know what it is. My highest drafted receiver. We get him stacked up with Jameson Williams as well. And I'm going to go ahead and queue up Jared Goff. We should be able to get Jared Goff unless this guy wants to take him to stack with Gibbs. But yeah, this team is feeling really nice. Who Hames, what's up, buddy? Welcome. We got a really sick team going on right here, so tuned in at the right time. QB does go higher. 300-yard passing bonus. Ah, yes. I forgot about that. DK has their bonuses as well, plus their full PPR, I believe. So, yeah, a 300-yard bonus for a guy like Burrow, who that's not difficult for him to get whatsoever. So, I can definitely see why he goes at 51 there, without a doubt. And, man, I like the running backs in this range. Blake Corum, I think, is a really nice value. Tyler Algier, Rico Dowdle, I haven't drafted a ton. Like, I think their landing spot is going to be very, very important. But, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and get Jared Goff to stack up with Jameson Williams and Sam Laporta. Don't really need to think twice about that one. I'm also totally happy stopping with just these two quarterbacks. So our team, pretty nice. Going to be hammering running backs in the next rounds. We got Joe Burrow, Jared Goff, Chase Brown, RJ Harvey as our running backs. Again, don't have a ton of Harvey, not my favorite click, but structurally felt like we needed him, and I'm glad we took him. JSN, T. Higgins, Jameson Williams, Alec Pierce at receivers, and Sam Laporta as our tight end. This team feels very, very nice. And for anyone that missed the first draft, I did join this one sneakily because we had a Debbie Downer in the last one trying to make the draft get canceled, most likely. So had to sneak into this one so we at least get one legitimate draft on this stream. And yeah, I like this team a lot right now. I agree. 300, not a lot. Like, quarterbacks are just throwing, especially garbage time. Like, there's so many garbage time yards, which just goes crazy. Hey, Chato, welcome. For anyone wondering, Chato, absolute OG, found the channel before it was shouted out. One of the first people in my chat. So always love to see you, buddy. If Travis Etienne Jr. signs with the Chiefs, where do you expect to see his ADP? Man, that's probably the best landing spot. I don't know if it would really change all that much. I think he would definitely be going in the third round. I don't think I can see him in the second round. I don't see how he can go above Derrick Henry. I don't see how he can go above Chase Brown. But I think he would be a staple of the third round. If he goes to a favorable landing spot regardless, he's going to go up just because we see that happen with free agents. Whenever a free agent joins a team, everyone finally gets a little understanding and they get excited, want to get some new correlation. So they're going to go up. Where did Javonte Williams go? Javonte Williams went 47 in this draft. He's someone who's going to go up as well. Was a free agent, re-signed with Dallas. They're like, oh my God, starting running back. Oh my God, got to take him. Please give me Demo. I'd be so happy with David Montgomery as our third running back. More Lions correlation as well. I actually haven't drafted a ton of Javonte Williams. Just for the fact that he might not go to Dallas again, but he got starting running back money. So going to be mixing him in now for sure. And dude, this is why I always end up with Woody Marks. I want a running back. He's at the top of ADP. But I want to get a little more Emmett Johnson. So I'm going to go ahead and take him first. Now, maybe I could have pushed Emmett Johnson to 125 because we probably don't have people watching the live stream in this stream. But I'm just going to go ahead and take him now. I want more exposure to Emmett Johnson. And who knows? Maybe our GOAT will fall back to us. I don't think KC is a great spot for an RB. They'll have a committee no matter what. KC is also heavy, pass rate over expected. Yeah, that's a good point, Who Hames. What do you think about if Jeremiah Love goes to Kansas City, though? That's a good question, good hypothesis. And yeah, because they're going to have a committee, that's a reason why I've been drafting a lot of Brashard Smith at the end of drafts. It just feels like a good pick. Like, he's going to have a role. He's going to be catching the ball no matter what. I think he's literally the only running back under contract for the Chiefs right now. And they're not afraid to use seventh rounders and like to pass to the running backs. So Brashard Smith, someone who I have quite a lot of. And you already know if Woody Marks is there, we're just taking our GOAT. All right, this guy, all zeros. He gets JCM. All right, Myers, you sniped us once on Tyler Warren. We would have loved Tyler Warren in that round, but let us have our GOAT. Okay, see? Okay, now you guys understand. This is why I always end up with Woody Marks, because for some reason, he's just always available for me when I want a running back, and I just keep taking him. He's an RB1 right now. Even if they bring competition, he's going to have a role. He's not going to hurt you in the 11th round. So I like that. We'll mix him in. This team feels really nice. This team feels really nice. We also don't have a good O-line. Oh, are you a Kansas City Chiefs fan, Who Hames? Nice. Yeah, and injured Mahomes as well. You gotta wonder, like, if they've reached their peak or if they're gonna go back to form. What about Love to commies? Yeah, like, I think that could be good, especially assuming they have a bounce back year. JCM is a horrible pick if Love goes there. But the thing is, I don't think they're gonna draft him there because they have a lot more needs than running back. And last year, they were more than comfortable playing a 7th round rookie and Chris Rodriguez as their main running backs and like a 30-year-old Austin Eckler. So I think they're going to be a little more concerned with protecting Jaden Daniels or getting a receiver because I think receiver is a much bigger need for them than running back. Terry McLaurin's really their only receiver right now. But Who Hames definitely thinks the commies is the best spot. I think the Saints is actually a better spot because he's gonna get like 18 to 20 carries a game probably, and like all the pass catching as well in that range. But hey, they'll have to get past the commies first. It'll be very interesting. Hey, yeah, we're popping woodies here. Sweet Leaf. Thank you for always shouting it out. I'm gonna have to start announcing that before I pick him now. That's gonna be the new thing. We're popping woodies. And maybe I'll figure out because I know PPR Tyler, he has his little clips he shows in that and stuff when he gets players. Maybe we're gonna have to figure out how to make one for Woody Marks. Just popping woodies. I might have to figure that out. Love will steam if he goes to KC, and I personally think I can't read right now. And I personally won't like it for him or KC. Yeah, people are just gonna get excited no matter what if he goes to Kansas City because they like the Chiefs and think highly of them. Okay, I gotta think about who I'm drafting here now. Really would have loved to get Rashid Shaheed. Now, this is a tough range. This is a tough range. We could get Goddard, who's past ADP, but I just don't like him much this year. And I'm just not going to be afraid. And I'm going to reach up for Josh Downs. I want a wide receiver. We need a wide receiver more than a running back right now. I don't need to force a tight end. I personally like Juwan Johnson more than Dallas Goedert. We could have got Goddard for the unique stuff, but he's like in his 30s. I think he just had an outlier season with 11 touchdowns. I don't see that happening again. I'm not convinced he's going to go back to the Eagles. So, yeah. I think Love falling is very possible. Are you talking in the draft or in our best ball drafts? Because that is possible. But people get excited for the rookies. Chato, Who Hames fan. Think Travis is a special running back if he stays healthy, and not a lot talks about this. I love both channels. Hey, thanks, man. Love having you here. You're the OG, and I won't forget that. So, Chato, I love the conversations going back and forth. Let me focus on this pick. Okay, if Dallas Goedert's still here, I'm just gonna take him. 20 picks past ADP. Like, I'm gonna take him. And I think he's gonna be there because this guy has Brock Bowers and Tyler Warren. So he really shouldn't be taking Dallas Goedert. Who's he going with? He takes Travis Hunter. So do we want Goddard? Yeah. I think it was a good decision. So even though we don't get crazy ADP value because we reached up on Josh Downs, I think that was a good decision because if you look at the running or the wide receivers, a lot of guys just went. A lot of these guys just went. So I'm glad we did reach up for Josh Downs and then pushed for Dallas Goedert. I do like Juwan Johnson more, but Yeah. ETN and KC would be fine as current ADP, and basically the only spot other than Jacksonville where his current ADP is okay. Yeah, Travis Etienne's an interesting one. He's an interesting one. Not someone who I've clicked a lot. Like Kyron and ETN just seem like the running backs available at this 3-4 turn, but these receivers just feel so strong in comparison. And I find myself just getting 2 receivers at that spot quite a lot more. Now, I'm going to go ahead and check in on PPR Tyler's stream and see if they're in this draft yet. Okay. They're still playing their game right now, but I'm going to keep an eye on this because I want to get in that $100 draft with them. I think it would be fun. And we're late enough in this draft now where I don't mind multi-tabling it for just a little bit. So we'll try and hop in that if we can. For sure. Now, taking a look back at this draft quickly. Man, tight end values are falling. Maybe we should have pushed tight end more, but I don't draft a lot of Goddard, so I don't mind mixing him in when we get him that cheap. And wow, wide receivers are flying off the board in this draft. Could use some running back help. I might even go with a Daniel Jones right here, actually. Unless this guy takes him. He only has 1 quarterback, so he might. Okay, you know what? Let's just mix in Daniel Jones. Why not? We get him at pick 164. Not someone I've drafted a ton of just because he's coming off the Achilles, but sounds like he's going to go back to Indy. And we have Josh Downs. We have Alec Pierce, who could end up going back to Indy as well. And they could just move on from Michael Pittman. I'm totally fine with Sam Laporta and Dallas Goedert as my 2 tight ends. So we're going to need to hammer wide receiver in the rest of this draft, but I don't think it feels bad. I think it feels pretty good. They're jumping in the bigger board. All right. I have the stream pulled up right now. So I see they're just talking right now, but I'm going to keep an eye on that and hop in there with them. Unless I'm behind. I don't think I'm behind. I'm watching it live. So I'll keep an eye there when they pull it up. Thank you for keeping me informed. I appreciate it. I think it would be fun to get in there too. We'll try that. All right, back to this draft real quick. Tajay Spears would feel nice. Man, AJ Barner and Theo Johnson are still here. Maybe it was a mistake getting Goddard. Oh, well. All right. Let's hop in. We're in. We'll wait for that one too. Fuck it. We'll have fun with it. Let me jump in the chat real quick too. Oh, we got to make our pick. Fuck. AJ Barner's still here? I like AJ Barner a lot. Man, there's no running backs available either. You know what? I'm just going to reach up for someone who I want to get more of. And we're just going to lock him in on this team. Omar Cooper, trying to get a little more exposure. We'll lock him in. All right. We are in the $100 draft room as well. Still only 5 out of 12. So hopefully it fills. If it takes a little too long, I'm not sure if I'll stay in it, but gonna do our best. I also can't hear anything they're saying right now, but yeah. Hey, if you want to pull up $100, jump in that bigger board, draft with some of us, put your money where our mouth is. Show us how to draft. Man, this guy gets AJ Barner, pick 179. That is phenomenal value. That is phenomenal value. Okay. I'm going to pull up my stream again just so I can read the chat to my left. but let me know if this guy fills. Waiting on 10, waiting on I think 7 people now. So maybe we'll get this to fill, but if it takes too long, I don't know if I will stay. We'll see. Yeah, they do take a bit to fill. It is really early in the off season, so they're not filling quite quick. I've done 3 bigger boards. So, you know what? What if we're still waiting after this draft finishes, then I'm just going to go over I'll go over the bigger board teams that I've already done and show you guys the teams that I have. I've done 3 already. Had some free money from Underdog, so just jumped right in it. Why not? I'm going to look to get Tank Bigsby with my next pick. We need a running back. Hopefully, he doesn't get taken from us, but yeah, someone I want to get a little more exposure to for sure. I like Trey Harris here as well. I'm a big Lions fan, but Isaac Tesla, not someone I've drafted too much of. Really just because like it's hard to see how he really gets a lot of targets and opportunities if there's not some catastrophic injuries, which of course I do not want. So we'll take Tank Bisbee. That feels nice. And looking at our next picks, we're only going running back and receiver for the rest of this draft. I'm done with just Sam Laporta and Dallas Goedert. That feels totally fine to me. I want at least one more running back, probably 2. So how many picks do we have left? 4? Okay. Probably going to go 7 running backs and 8 receivers on this team. We have very strong receivers, so we definitely don't need 9. Don't need another quarterback. Don't need another tight end. So that's how it's going to look for us. Okay. Who do we want to take here? I'm going to go with a running back first. I like Brashard Smith a lot. Like I just talked about not too long ago. I think he's going to have a role regardless. He catches passes. And if he can just break a couple long touchdowns in the year, then that ADP is going to be worth it. Curious to know, who Hames, what you think of Brashard Smith. You're the Chiefs fan. My one bigger board I already done. I took Rasheed regretfully, and I didn't like the click when I made it, and now I really don't like it. Yeah, that's the thing with doing these bigger boards so early. Like, we just get excited to want to draft expensive teams early, but you can get great teams or you can really regret them. So we are halfway on the bigger board now. 6 more people. Might take a minute to join or to fill up, but I would love to do this. I would love to get in this one too. So it seems like we'll definitely have time to go over some teams in between as well, which I'm excited for. Show you guys some of the drafts that I've done. Malachi Fields, someone I'm trying to get in every draft right now. And yeah, going to be taking him with our next pick if he's available. Man, tight ends are falling. Probably going to fill up my coffee quick after this as well and get some water. We've been talking for a while. Okay. Might try and push, though, and get, like, another rookie running back first. It was very obvious Reed doesn't trust Brashard to block at all. They always sent him out on a route, so he got very few snaps. He is small, and I doubt he improves a lot. Yeah, that's true. Like, he was a 7th-round pick. But I guess just when I'm drafting in these rounds, I don't mind taking a chance on him. And even if he doesn't rush the ball and he just catches a few passes a game, that can be valuable in best ball. So I'm going to take Mike Washington Jr. A lot of people seem to like him. Don't mind mixing him in. And then we're going to finish with 2 receivers. He's worth a shot in the 20th. When he used in the passing game, he was fine. Yeah, exactly. Like, Pretty much in the last 4 rounds, I kinda throw ADP out the window, and I don't mind reaching on guys just structurally or depending on how the draft board looks and if running backs have gotten taken or receivers have gotten taken. So, yeah, I didn't mind reaching up for him in the 17th, but 20th, I don't feel like there's much of a difference really. And looks like we're probably gonna get Malachi Fields as well. So, we'll end off with one more wide receiver. And I don't think I wanna draft another rookie. I think I'm gonna go with a more veteran player, maybe someone like Christian Kirk, who I think he's just gonna be on a team next year. He's gonna catch some touchdowns. He's gonna play a bit. So, someone I don't mind mixing in the 20th round at all. And hey, in the playoffs, he still proved that he can catch the ball. He can get some long receptions and long touchdowns. So, don't mind that. Could definitely see him finding himself in a favorable landing spot as well at this point in his career. I wouldn't be surprised if he ends up going to Washington. I think they could use a receiver like Christian Kirk, and they just love their old guys. So, kind of feels right for this team. Could use a veteran presence in this receiver room. Very young receiver room. T. Higgins is our most veteran player, but I like this team a lot. I think it's come together quite well. Yeah, and I don't hate the third quarterback, Daniel Jones, on this team for the value that we got, and we have some Colts. So I like it. I like it. Okay. Any other receivers that you guys like all the way down here late in the draft? I don't think Mac Hollins is a bad click as well. I'm sure he's going to be back on the Patriots and just someone who can get long touchdowns. Drafting in the 20th round, it's kind of all we're going for. Hmm. Just taking a look, like Jeremy Bernard is someone I kind of want a little more exposure to as well. Just another rookie, but we have Omar Cooper and Malachi Fields already. Don't need to go balls to the wall on the rookies. I do feel like we just need a veteran on this team. Tez Johnson, really not a bad click either. Someone who can just get some spike weeks. And seems like there's always some injuries going on in Tampa Bay. But I think I'm going to lean towards Christian Kirk on this team. Definitely has fallen off the last couple of years, but who knows? Could have a little renaissance. He's younger than you think. Like he's like 29 years old, a little younger than you think. Why not? Let's do it. So, final team is Joe Burrow, Jared Goff, Daniel Jones, Chase Brown, RJ Harvey, Emmett Johnson, Poppin Woody Marks, Tank Bigsby, Brashard Smith, Mike Washington Jr., JSN, T. Higgins, Jameson Williams, Alec Pierce, Josh Downs, Omar Cooper, Malachi Fields, Christian Kirk, with Sam Laporta and Dallas Goddard as our tight ends. That feels really nice. Okay, it looks like we probably will end up filling this bigger board, which is exciting. Definitely want to get in this draft. So let's go over some of our other bigger boards. I'm just going to leave this here for a moment. I'm going to fill up my coffee and get some water. So I'll be back in about 30 seconds. Don't go anywhere. Okay, we're back. We're back. And hey, no one went anywhere. Thanks for actually sticking around. Appreciate it. So I should actually let me open up another tab real quick. And so I can watch for how this bigger board fills and make sure we don't miss the start of it because $100 draft, I definitely don't want to miss that. So now I can see in my tab that we're waiting for, oh, only waiting for 2 people. Okay, sweet. So we will definitely be in this draft. Okay, as you can see here, I literally drafted all 3 of my bigger board teams while I was at work and had like an hour of time. And I think all of them that I joined, it was like waiting for one person, or like I titled this one draft starting soon. So I didn't even have a chance to leave it. But yeah, we'll go over this team. So we got Jaden Daniels, Jordan Love, Aaron Rodgers at quarterback. I just took Aaron Rodgers to get a third quarterback. Even if he doesn't return to the Steelers, I don't think that's a terrible play. And we don't have great correlation on this team, as we'll probably see when this fills. Gonna fill pretty quick. Wow. Okay. Yeah, people just want their quarterbacks and want to play it a little safe. So I started with St. Brown and I reached up for Jeremiah Love to get a little unique, get a little different. Took Kyron to play it safe. David Montgomery, Tyrone Tracy. We just wanted some guys that are going to have a role. At receiver, we have St. Brown, Jameson Williams. Get the Lions correlation. Not going to be mad at that. Marvin Harrison, Jacoby Myers, Romeo Dobbs, Jalen McMillan, Trey Harris, Alec Almanor. Feels like a pretty solid receiver room. Just guys that are going to have roles, going to play. And then Kyle Pitts, Theo Johnson, Mike Gesicki at tight end. I drafted Mike Gesicki just because I wanted a third tight end. And yeah, he was just like the only one really available that's even going to be playing next year. So it's an okay team. Don't love it. Don't hate it. Pretty balanced. Our second one, we went with Lamar Jackson, Sam Darnold, and Shedeur Sanders. This was my first share of Shedeur Sanders. I only drafted him because he went 20 picks past ADP. Oh, shoot. Okay. We are officially full on this bigger board. What pick did we get? Pick 8. Okay. Pick 8 is interesting. Not my favorite. Kind of wish we got top 4. But I'm going to go ahead and hop in this chat real quick. Just announce that we are here. Oh, shoot, baby. We in here at pick 8. Streamer Wars is on. I can't even hear what they say because I don't have any headphones in and I'm not going to play it out loud. So that's fine. We're going to do our own thing. See some familiar names in here as well. King of QC is a familiar name. Under Zed, of course. Off the Schneid. Emo Cowboy. Biff Tannen, familiar name. So shout out to these guys. I'll definitely have to rewatch that stream on Tyler's perspective after, see how it goes for them. But okay. I'm already assuming that running backs are going to go off the board quite quick in this draft. So we're going to have to keep that in mind. But man, it's going to be hard to pass up on our boy. I do already have a team with St. Brown, though. So do I want to get a little different? No, I don't. I don't. I'm going with St. Brown. I can't pass on our boy. I can't pass on our boy. We're going with St. Brown. Get the Lions. We'll take a running back with our next pick, but let's get that elite wide receiver to hold it down. Never going to be mad at that. And we saw with our last one that we reached up for Jeremiah Love. So I might not do that on this team. Might go with a different running back to not just have the exact same start in the $100 teams. Yeah, dude, shocker. The thing is, though, like, I feel really comfortable just getting a receiver who's going to hit our lineup 90% of weeks, especially when we need to start 3. And, like, I'm not too excited about G&T, not too excited about James Cook. So I just want to get someone who's extremely solid, who I think is just a much better click than guys like Justin Jefferson, Malik Neighbors, Drake London, in just a much different tier. And like we expected, a lot of running backs going. A lot of running backs getting taken. And shoot, I might just end up with one of these guys again. I would take Saquon. Even though the Eagles aren't my favorite. Okay, you know what? We're stuck with it again. Why not? We already have a team with St. Brown and Jeremiah Love, but screw it. We'll just go with it again. Let's take a look too. This is our first one. So we ended up going Kyron in the 3rd and then JMO in the 4th. Will be interesting to see a few full draft. Let's see. So we were at pick 10 in this one. Okay. Try not to draft the exact same team. Obviously, I want them a little different, but I'm also not just going to force getting different. I think Jeremiah Love was the best pick available, so I'm just going to go with that. I would have taken Saquon over him or Hampton, but we'll go ahead and do that. And let's check in on their team. So they go JSN, Derrick Henry. Definitely anticipated them taking a running back there. Like, running backs are going to go high in this. And I would probably like for one of these guys to come to us. Not Rashee Rice. I'm talking about the running backs. Not going to get my hopes up, though. And also not going to force Kyron. Not going to force ETN as well. If we end up with 2 receivers here, then that's how it ends up. And we'll see how it goes. See how it goes. I don't just want to draft the exact same teams, you know? But I don't mind a little similarity, especially if they're picks that I like. I like St. Brown. I like Jeremiah Love. So if I'm spending $100 on a draft, I want to get guys that I also like. This is also a 4 out of 12 advance. So 1/3 of the teams are going to advance. Yeah, and this guy starts with 3 running backs. Not a huge surprise. Definitely expect running backs to go higher in these drafts. But hey, when others zig, we're going to zag. I don't mind going a little different. Appreciate it, Sweet Leaf. Great start. Yeah, we already have a start like this, but you know, I'm not just gonna get different just to get different, you know, and draft players who I don't value as much just because we already have a team that starts like this. So our last time we got this, we went with Kyron to play it a little safe, but I might just go with a receiver. See what Goldblore does. He goes for Rashee Rice. So, man, I just like the receivers more in this range. And I'm going to go ahead and take A.J. Brown. We got Browntown going on. Maybe I should have taken Chase Brown just to go full Browntown. But I was considering T. Higgins as well. But I think A.J. Brown can just have a bounce back year. And if he gets traded pretty much to any team, I think he's going to go up in drafts. And in the 3rd round, for someone who can just get 30 points in a game, get high spike weeks, I think that's worth it. So I'm going to go with that. And they went with Josh Allen here at pick 5. Pick 5 in the 3rd round. That's interesting. Biff Tannen goes with Terry McLaurin. I don't hate that. Now he's probably going to get Jaden Daniels at this next turn. So I think that's a decent strategy because quarterbacks are a little valuable in this too. People want to play it safe. Okay, and we're going to get a receiver with our next pick, pretty certainly. And oh my gosh, I can't help myself. We need to do it. We're going JMO. We're doing it. This is eerily similar to the first bigger board I've done, but I don't care. We're getting our dudes. I'm never going to be mad getting some Lions, getting St. Brown, getting JMO, AJ Brown. We got stud receivers. That just feels good. And Emo Cowboy goes ahead and pulls up Javonte. Interesting. I don't hate it though, especially in this bigger board, but I can't pass on my guys. My last draft started RB early. I ended up zagging and getting CD, Jefferson, AJ Brown, Lad start, and Swift and Warren as my first 2Bs. Yeah, man, exactly. Like, that's a really nice start. That feels really good. And if you hit at running back, like Swift and Warren are the RB1s on their team. They are in a timeshare, but hey, you still got RB1s. And your wide receiver room is absolutely insane. Like, just look at those names, man. CeeDee Lamb, Justin Jefferson, AJ Brown, Lad McConkey. Those are 4 studs in the league. My bigger dynasty league, I have Brown, and finished 1-1-2. Not a bad combo. Yeah, dude. Browntown might just be the way to do it. Browntown feels good. Oh, wow. Biff Tannen is not happy that this guy reached all the way up for Jaden Daniels. That's expensive, but yeah, man, in these $100 drafts, people draft way differently. And I think it's a little overrated. I think people get a little too overly cautious, and something I've done before too. But hey, if you just take the chances, like, we're still playing to win. And there's 4 out of 12 teams that advance in this. So there is a little more wiggle room. Now, of course, we're going to be looking at Jalen Hurts. And the question is going to be, do we want to play it really safe and get him with our next pick? Or do we want to try and push him to 65? Because I could definitely see one of these teams just wanting to reach up for Jalen Hurts just because he's a quarterback that rushes the ball. But we'll see. Like, it's hard to pass on these receivers in this range. And we're looking at Carnell Tate or Mekhi Lemon with this pick. Could go DeAndre Swift just as a running back. That's going to be a starter too. You know what? In this draft specifically, I think I'm going to do what our guy in the chat said, Old Man Q, and just go with the running back. Go with DeAndre Swift. I would really like the receivers, but running backs just go high in this, and I want to get a decent RB2. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And then we're going to hope we get Jalen Hurts with our next pick for sure to stack up with AJ Brown. I agree with you, Hugh Hames. Daniels is just mispriced. Like, people always have recency bias, and like, these rushing quarterbacks, they're just so undervalued. I have so much Jaden Daniels and Hurts. I clicked them every draft in Big Board when they started. They're just so cheap. I agree with you, man. Like, Jalen Hurts frequently falls to the 7th round. And that's just pretty insane for someone of his caliber. So, oh, fuck. Yeah, maybe we should have just played it extra safe. But, oh well, whatever. That kind of sucks, damn. Maybe I should have just reached up for Hurts. Oh well. We'll move on. And I want to take a quick look at something. Brian Thomas went. Okay, I'm gonna get a little wild. I'm gonna get a little wild here and pull up Parker Washington. Opens up another quarterback stack. And we see here Brian Thomas went on the other side of us. So I'm gonna hope we can get Trevor Lawrence with our next pick. That's gonna be the move there. Yeah, maybe I should have gotten Jalen Hurts in the 5th round, but I like to try and push it. I always like to try and push it. And yeah, I don't hate it. Parker Washington is my most drafted wide receiver. I just think that he broke out last year, and I don't think you can put that back in the bottle. Seemed like Trevor Lawrence's favorite target, had a year 3 breakout going into a contract year. I seriously think he straight up outscores Brian Thomas. That is just my opinion. Yeah, running backs just keep going higher. Like DeAndre Swift definitely wouldn't have been available, and I haven't even drafted a ton of Swift, so I don't mind getting him in a more expensive draft as well. Yeah, interesting team. And we'll see who comes back to us next. Really hoping for Trevor Lawrence here, unless someone decides to reach up that they just want a quarterback. The team with Lamar Jackson, I don't expect to. The team with Josh Allen, I don't expect to. This team still has a bunch of quarterback options available. Emo Cowboy, maybe he does. This team has Drake May as well. So I think there's really just 2 teams that we have to hope for. And this guy goes Tootin. So we pretty much just have to hope that Emo Cowboy doesn't take Trevor Lawrence and feel desperate for a quarterback. But Justin Herbert, Jackson Dart are still available as well. So we'll go with that. My dog, hey, Bindles. Go Lions, buddy. Go Canada. Go Lions. What's up? Let's do a stream together sometime, man. Canadian pride. Lion pride. We'd love to hear it. Thanks for popping in. Doing this $100 draft and the same one with PPR Tyler and Off the Schneid. So putting our money where our mouth is. Having some fun with it. We like drafting with good competition. And we do get Trevor Lawrence. So this is why I took Parker Washington. So it opens up a stack for us with Trevor Lawrence. And I don't mind it. Now I really don't hate that we missed out on Jalen Hurts. Just a little different, you know? And I don't mind that at all. Definitely don't anticipate Herbert coming back to us, but I would even just take Justin Herbert with our next pick. That gets taken from us. So I might just have to do it, man. I might just have to go with our GOAT, Sam Laporta. Like, I don't care, man. I'm putting $100 on this. I'm going to get people that I want to cheer for. You know what I mean? Teams or players that get me excited. I already have a $100 team with Kyle Pitts. And actually, the other $100 draft I have with Jeremiah Love and St. Brown, I ended up taking Kyle Pitts. So it would feel even better if we got Laporta on this team. And he's available for us. You know, we're not hesitating. We're taking Sam Laporta. Why not? So I can definitely see King of QC here. He doesn't have a quarterback. I wouldn't be shocked if he takes Jared Goff here in the 9th round to stack with Jahmyr Gibbs just for a little bit of correlation. But he does have other quarterbacks available. Like CJ Stroud stacks with Nico Collins. What's his name? Bucky Irving. He would stack with Baker Mayfield. Matthew Stafford's still available. Bo Nix is still available. Brock Purdy's still available. So I don't think he would take Jared Goff. So I'm expecting Goff to be available for us with our next pick. And I would feel pretty good about this team. Not the strongest running back room, but we have 2 solid guys. DeAndre Swift is still a starter. Jeremiah Love, big question mark, but high upside. And yeah, King of QC goes with Brock Purdy. No surprise there. So we're pretty much just hoping that he doesn't get Jared Goff, but he also has Cortland Sutton. So I think he would take Bo Nix ahead of him. And Bo Nix gets taken. Okay, interesting. Please leave Jared Goff for us. Don't get too excited, buddy. Don't get too excited. See who he goes with. Don't do it to us. Leave us our GOAT. And he goes Kyle Pitts. That's a great value on Kyle Pitts at 98. Don't hate that at all. Emo Cowboy here still has 0 quarterbacks. Be interesting to see who he goes with. Baker Mayfield gets taken. So, yeah, quarterbacks flying off the board. I don't anticipate Tyler and off the Schneid going with a quarterback here. And this guy already has 2. So we really just have to worry about Emo Cowboy. And I think Jordan Love would be a better pick if you don't have correlation already because there's more backstacks available. And that's exactly what he goes with, Jordan Love. So another reason I also took Sam Laporta is because if he went after us, I definitely think whoever took him would take Jared Goff as well. So we get Goff again. This is a $100 team where floor is a little more important, so we can still look at a third quarterback. But yeah, third quarterback, we don't need to force it. So we'll see who's available later in the drafts. And yeah, this is a solid team so far. We got Trevor Lawrence, Jared Goff holding it down at quarterback. Jeremiah Love, DeAndre Swift as our running back. So a little thin. I would just go Omega Lions if we can and get David Montgomery. Like, hey. Fuck. I just saw my cat just doing something he shouldn't. I thought I heard something weird. Fuck. Had to give him a little scare real quick. Get him down from there. So, man, do we want to reach up for a quarterback? Or sorry, a running back? Oh, our GOAT Woody Marks gets taken. I'm just going to do it. I'm going to do it to these guys. I'm going to piss off Tyler right now and take the GOAT Emmett Johnson. That's 2 rookies, which might not feel the best, but I want more exposure to Emmett Johnson. So getting him in a $100 league, why not? Let's do it. And would like another running back with our next pick too, to catch up at running backs, especially in this range. So if we get Tyrone Tracy to fall back to us, that would feel good for some early season production, because who knows? We don't even know where Emmett Johnson's going to go yet. Could be a little late to break out. We are expecting early production from Jeremiah Love, especially when we're drafting him in the 2nd round, and he's expected to go very high in the overall draft. Got any Khalif Raymond? I actually don't yet. Khalif Raymond is a free agent right now and hasn't been re-signed, so not guaranteed to be a Lion. I would expect him to return to Detroit because I'm sure he loves Detroit and Detroit loves him. One of the best punt returners and kick returners in the league, mostly a punt returner, but one of the best in the league and big culture guy as well. So I would expect him to return, but no, I haven't drafted any of them yet. Khalif. Yeah, we love Leaf, man. Leaf is definitely a culture guy. Okay, Tyrone Tracy went all the way in the 10th round. So let's take a look right here at our draft board. And man, running back is so scarce. Oh man, running back is so thin. Don't really love who's available. Like, I don't want to. Yeah, Kenneth Gainwell gets taken. I didn't even really want to take Kenneth Gainwell if he was available. I might just punt running back even more and get stronger at the other positions first. Khalil Shakir is a nice floor play. That would have felt decent. I really don't want another rookie. Like, do we just take J.K. Dobbins? I don't even think I've taken J.K. Dobbins a single time yet. Jaden Higgins feels okay. Man, I don't like this range. This does not feel good. I think I'm just desperate for a running back. And this does not feel good, man. Ah, yeah, I don't like taking Dobbins there, but I felt like I just need a running back that can get some early season production. So we're gonna go with Dobbins. Don't love it. And I think that legitimately might be my first share of J.K. Dobbins. Yeah, we'll just take him there. Man, quarterbacks are flying off the board. Not gonna force another one yet. Can definitely use another receiver too. Not gonna be taking a running back next. Not gonna be taking a quarterback next. I don't want to take injured George Kittle. I think Jake Ferguson's a decent click. Jaden Higgins would be my click if he's there. Could go with a Debo floor play. I love me some Rashid Shaheed. But receivers at the next round also feel pretty nice, and so do tight ends. We can just get Jake Ferguson and feel happy at our 2 tight ends if we want to go there. Hey, get down. Momo's such a little rascal, man. This fucking cat. Jake Ferguson gets taken, so man, I don't like Debo either. Do we just reach up for a running back and get Jordan Mason? Someone who's just going to get points. You know what? I'm going to do that. I don't like it either, but I don't feel like we need to get a receiver in this range. So let's just reach up for someone he's going to be playing. He's going to get early season production, can find his way in the end zone. And yeah, let's just do that. I don't love it, but I don't love the next tier of running backs either. And I think Jordan Mason is a tier above those guys. So I'm just going to do that. And I feel like I can find value at other positions later. Yeah. I don't love what we did here, but I felt like we kind of had to. And we're really leaning into our early season or early drafted wide receivers. I am pretty happy now that I went with DeAndre Swift. I was considering not getting Swift and pulling up Jalen Hurts to play safe with AJ Brown, but now I'm definitely happy that I got Swift with how fast all these running backs came off the board. And man, like this sucks drafting with sharp guys because Jalen McMillan gets pulled up, Rashid Shaheed goes. I like those guys a lot, and I was kind of hoping one of them would come back to us. But yeah, tight ends are still very prevalent on the board. I'm probably going to take Josh Downs with our next pick if he's there because I think he's a tier above these receivers. But with these guys drafting with us, I don't really expect it. And yeah, look at these running backs getting taken, man. This is why I just reached up for Jordan Mason and I settled for J.K. Dobbins just because I knew they were going to fly off the board. Yeah, Sean Tucker goes. Yeah, I'm happy that I reached up for the running back now, for sure. And Juwan Johnson, that's a good pick. Dallas Goedert goes, good value. Brenton Strange, 20 picks past ADP is interesting, especially when we have Jags too. So that could be the click. Oh man, do we go with Brenton Strange or Josh Downs? I like Josh Downs more, but I think for the value, I just need to go Brenton Strange. We're getting him 20 picks past ADP, and we have Jags and Lions stack, so it just makes sense. It just makes sense. We are a little thin at wide receiver, but we have very talented guys. So I'm very hoping that we can get Josh Downs to come back to us. If not, we'll see who's available and play it from there. Yeah, I didn't expect Josh Downs to come back to us. I think he's a great value at pick 155. But Brenton Strange, 20 picks past ADP, when we have Trevor Lawrence, just feels good. Now, looking at the wide receivers here, I'm definitely not taking Tyreek Hill. And Kayshon Boutte might just end up taking him. Jerry Jeudy, I don't love. I think we do need a receiver, though. And Booty just might be the guy. Showed good chemistry. Younger than Jerry Jeudy, too. But, yeah, I don't like the running backs here. I'm just going to go with Booty. We'll take Kayshon Boutte. Why not? So much team correlation. It looks like a playoff best ball team. Hey, thank you. I appreciate it, Best Ball Q. And hopefully, yeah, I do like correlation, especially in this bigger board where I think having more players on the same team is actually a good thing and gives you a higher floor. Like Trevor Lawrence, Jared Goff, if the Jags and Lions offense hit, which I definitely expect to, they were great this past year. Like our other players are going to hit too. And St. Brown, JMO, Laporta, they all have high floor. Parker Washington, Brenton Strange. I think they both improve next year as well. So feels pretty good and very balanced team. Don't love my running backs, not my favorite, but you know, sometimes it's just how it goes. Yeah. We don't need a third quarterback or sorry, third tight end, but we can always draft one. Wouldn't hurt. I would take Jerry Jeudy if he's available. Get some Jerry Jeudy on our team. He gets taken though. Yeah, some sharp people on this team. Wow, Kenyon Sadiq is still available at pick 170. If Kenyon Sadiq is there, I'm just going to draft him. Like, what's the downside really at this point? What's the downside? No one wants to take him for some reason. We'll see. We'll see what comes to us. Okay. So DC boy ends up taking him with Brock Bowers. So that's great value right there. That's great value. AJ Barner, Theo Johnson, I quite like as well. But again, we don't need to force a third tight end. And I might just end up reaching up for a running back, honestly, because we need more running backs and they dry up so quick. So taking Brian Robinson or Tank Bigsby is probably the move with the next pick. And I'm going to go with Tank Bigsby just because he's younger. That's pretty much it. I'm going to be getting 7 running backs on this team. Probably just get our 2 quarterbacks. Like, I'm totally fine with just these 2 quarterbacks, especially when they're so heavily correlated. We're making very large bets on this offense. So I'm fine leaning into that. We'll see how it goes, though. See how it goes and if any value falls to us. Now, Trey Tucker probably going to be my next pick if he's available. I like him more than all of these guys. Although these 3 both have 6 receivers. So someone could take Trey Tucker. But I would be very, very happy getting Trey Tucker as my 6th receiver on this team. That would feel very nice to me. Okay, one more pick. Come on. Give me Trey Tucker, and I'm very happy. Give me Trey Tucker, and I'm very happy. Fuck yeah. Okay. I like how this is coming together now. I like how it's coming together. Happy I reached on Bigsby as well. We had Trey Tucker fall to us, who is probably my highest rated player where I took Bigsby anyways. And Emo Cowboy gets a little desperate to pull up Aaron Rodgers all the way at 187 for his 3rd quarterback. I don't feel like I need to force a 3rd quarterback, though. Wow, they go ahead and take Kirk Cousins right here. Interesting. Interesting pulling up Kirk Cousins. Especially when you have Josh Allen. Why'd you guys do that? I don't know. I wouldn't have done that, especially when I have Josh Allen. If I'm spending a 3rd round pick on Josh Allen, I'm never drafting a 3rd quarterback. Even if it's just Mendoza who's my backup, I'm leaning into that. Now, one player I might take if he comes back to me is JJ McCarthy. Like right now, he's the starter. I wouldn't be surprised if Kirk Cousins comes back to Minnesota and kind of assumes a backup role to begin with and then steps in if JJ McCarthy just continues to shit the bed. But yeah, in the 17th round, I wouldn't hate it. Okay, King of QC goes ahead and takes him as his third quarterback. That's fine. We don't need it. We don't need to force it. Could get like Shadur Sanders if we want, but not guaranteed that he's going to be a starting quarterback either. We'll see what value is there for us. We'll see what value is there. Take a look at these guys next to us as well. So this guy only has 2 quarterbacks in Joe Burrow, Jackson Dart, and then Biff Tannen has Caleb and Justin Herbert. Oh, fuck. Cowboy took Malachi Fields. That would have been my pick. That would have been my pick. Someone I definitely wanted. That sucks. Yeah, these rookies are going to get taken. In this room specifically, these rookies are going to get taken. Man, this is tricky. This is tricky. I'm just going to go ahead and pull up. No. Oh, no. No, dude. Oh. Fuck. I wasn't looking at the clock, man. I got distracted. Joe Mixon is literally the last player I would have wanted. I don't even think he plays football again. Fuck. Oh, what a waste of a pick. Fuck, that sucks. I guess at least it was 20 picks past ADP, but man, fuck. I took too long, man. Sometimes these 20-second clocks just get you. Sometimes they just get you. That sucks. Oh, well, we'll roll with it. I was considering Shadur Sanders as a third quarterback. Maybe we end up going 8 running backs for like a 2-8-8-2. Who knows? I think I will take a third tight end just because I think we have room for it. And I like Colby Parkinson. We could get Jacoby Brissett too. Damn, man. I really wish I didn't auto Joe Mixon. That sucks. I'm going to go ahead and take Colby Parkinson just because I think he is a good value. And yeah, we're going to be done at Trevor Lawrence and Jared Goff. Unless Jacoby Brissett somehow falls back to us. But yeah, I think Colby Parkinson is just the best available right there. We'll go ahead and take him. Yeah. I mean, at least like it was at pick 200 that we got Joe Mixon. Literally my first time drafting Joe Mixon, and I'm not excited about it that it was in a $100 team. That was a mistake. That was an accident. But yeah, I don't think he plays football again. So that's why I think it's a terrible click. Oh, well. Oh, well. It's late enough in the draft that it's not going to hurt us. So I think I'm going to end off with 2 receivers now to finish our team. And yeah, man, guys just fly off the board. Like guys who you can normally get good values later in the draft are just flying off, man. Which doesn't really surprise me in a room like this. A lot of sharp drafters, a lot of people who are thinking similarly as well. But oh man, fucking Joe Mixon. Such a piece of shit too. Like awful human being. So not happy to have him on this team. And I am happy though that I just went ahead and took Colby Parkinson because I think he's a good value where he's going. If Jacoby Brissett's there, I might just take him though. Although, is he even going to be a starter? I don't know. I think it's probably better just to get 2 receivers. I think. I don't even love the receivers that are available because like all the exciting rookies are gone now. Yeah, even Ted Hurst. All the exciting rookies are getting taken. I'll probably just get some veterans to hold the team together, and that'll be that. Like, we could go ahead and get Malik Washington, who he's just going to be playing. He's going to be on the team. He's the wide receiver 2 right now. They're going to bring in more competition, but someone who can just play. Rashad Bateman's just going to be on the team. Yeah, I might just do that. Why not? We want to just get guys that are going to probably not be zeros in this $100 draft. Yeah, I'm not happy with Joe Mixon. That sucks, man. Oh, well. Oh, well. Yeah, we will get an 8th receiver. So we could get Rashad Bateman, who is probably just going to get some spike weeks playing in Baltimore. I expect them to bring in more talent and competition as well. So maybe he loses his role, but he's going to be under contract at least. Devon Vele, I mean, the Saints traded for him last year, and he had some decent games before he got injured. The Saints are definitely going to bring in more competition as well, but Jalen Noel, I think, can just actually he can just be a good pick. Second-year player, opportunity in Houston. Houston receivers just seem to get injured, so maybe he steps up, claims that Christian Kirk role. Interesting that this guy goes ahead with Cedric Tillman to get with just on his team. Someone who I liked last year, but haven't drafted this year yet. I think I would rather go with the youthful upside and Jalen Noel. Is there anyone else I could possibly want? Like, not really. Let's go with Jalen Noel. Get some young upside. I would like this team a lot if Joe Mixon wasn't on it. I would like it a lot more. But yeah, final team looks like Trevor Lawrence, Jared Goff at quarterback, Jeremiah Love, DeAndre Swift, Emmett Johnson, J.K. Dobbins, Jordan Mason, Tank Bigsby, and fucking Joe Mixon. At least it was past ADP, and it's not late enough that's going to absolutely destroy our team. But I don't think he plays this year or ever again. So St. Brown, A.J. Brown, Jameson Williams, Parker Washington, Kayshon Boutte, Trey Tucker, Malik Washington, Jalen Noel as our wide receivers. This wide receiver room is very, very nice. Very strong receivers that I like a lot. Sam Laporta, Brenton Strange, Colby Parkinson, very strong tight ends. So our running back room is a little weak, but we have decent anchors and some upside and early season production availability. So I like that. Trevor Lawrence and Jared Goff, we have very strong stacks with. Trevor Lawrence stacked up with Parker Washington and Brenton Strange, who we got 20 picks past ADP. Jared Goff stacked up with St. Brown, Jameson Williams, and Sam Laporta. So, hey, hopefully the Lions and Jags just carry our team. Very strong offenses. Good teams that I really don't mind getting high correlation on. And in a bigger board draft where 4 teams advance, then that feels pretty good. Let's go ahead and take a look at Tyler and Off the Schneid's team. So they have Josh Allen, Fernando Mendoza, and Kirk Cousins. I really don't think Kirk Cousins is a good pick when you took Josh Allen in the 3rd round, but you do you. Derrick Henry, Travion Henderson, Kyle Monangai, Kenneth Gainwell, Braylon Allen, Katrin Allen. Decent running back room. High floor with some of these guys. High ceiling with Travion Henderson. JSN, Devonta Smith, Marvin Harrison, Jacoby Myers, Jordan Addison, Alec Amnor, Jeremy Bernard, Ted Hurst. Pretty strong receiver room, especially at the top end. I like that receiver room. And Gadsden, Juwan, and Chig, good tight ends as well. So overall, pretty good team. I do like my team more, though. So that's always nice. You always want to like your own team more. So, yeah. there it is, $100 draft. That was fun. I enjoyed that. And yeah, that's going to do it for me today. Thank you so much for joining the stream. I had a great time. I'll be back tomorrow, probably in the evening, maybe 8 p.m. Pacific. Come join. I love you. Joy is beautiful. End stream.